Hey, Shalom. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, underneath Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated or associated with any other Israelite group, man. And tonight's topic, man, we're going to go into something very heavy, man. I know everybody been turning on their TV, turning on the news, and all you have been seeing is just problems and issues and beef and drama with America, with everybody, with the Taliban, with Russia, with China, with everybody, man. And you know what? Like, and what people in the Christian church, especially the Christian church, man, what they don't understand is that this empire is finally coming to an end, man. And it is a glorious thing to see if you're a priest and prophet, man, here in the Isupk. It is a glorious thing to see this nation begin to crumble, man. This nation is crumbling right before our eyes, and it is a glorious thing to see, man. You know what I'm saying? You turning on your TVs, only thing you're seeing is Al Qaeda and Talibans and towels everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it is a glorious thing to see, man. But what the Christian church and all of these religious and politicians, what they don't understand is that the Most High is allowing all of this to happen, man. He's allowing this empire to be stirred up, man, and allowing everybody to come against this empire because the Most High is about to destroy this place. And this is not the time to be putting your hope and your faith and your trust inside of the American empire. Like, black folk went out and voted for Joe Biden at the beginning of the year, and Joe Biden got in the chair. And look what happened January the 6th. You had domestic terrorism happen right inside of the White House, man. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It hasn't stopped. And now you're going to have even more terrorism starting to come on the shores of America, man. And it is a glorious thing. And what a lot of people don't understand either is that the American empire is a branch off. It is the exact replica of the Roman Empire. And we're going to get into some history and show you what happened to Rome and how they fell and how America is going to go through the same thing, man. You're going to be able to line this up piece by piece on how this empire is going to fall, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, can I get this video with the Taliban? With the Taliban. I'm also going to send you this article too, Maradaki. Because I surely was watching them Taliban fall off the airplane. That was Saturday Night Live for me. There we go. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you see them pickup trucks. We got a devil right out there. These devils, man. We're gonna go into a couple of videos just to show you what's going on over there in the east, over there in the Middle East with the Taliban. Just show you a couple of videos.
Pentagon has claimed that the U.S. evacuation process will conclude as scheduled, but experts say that the attacks, like the one at the Pentagon has claimed that the U.S. evacuation.
Why man, it's the devil. I know I didn't show him.
Lucas, I know you think the chaos that we saw was bound.
It's like, you got a tissue? You got a little paper towel?
With days to go until the...
Well, I guess Esau does not want us to play YouTube. Try it again. Throw it, I appreciate it. Nah, it's all good. If we could we get Job chapter 9 verse 24? You know what I'm saying? It is hey man, this is the best time to be in the truth right now, man. If you in the truth right now, you able to see something that a lot of the priests and prophets prayed for, man. Especially during the time of Rome back then, man. The disciples, man, they prayed for times like this, man. They prayed that they would be able to see the second coming of Yahushua HaMashiach, man. And what we're seeing right now with this empire beginning to fall, man, it's just only the beginning, man. It's only the beginning. So, like a matter of fact, before you get there, could you get the scripture? I think it's in Matthew's where it said it'd be earthquakes in diverse places. Let's see if we get this thing back working. Like, it's so much commotion going on right now, man. It's unbelievable, man. It's truly unbelievable. This is a time that a lot of us have never been able to see, especially a lot of older folk. I spoke to an older brother today, man, and he thought during the time of Vietnam was bad, but he was like, how things are right now, he was like, things are bad, man. If you could, you can go ahead up.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
And that's what we're hearing, and that's what we're seeing now. We're hearing rumors of wars, man, and we're starting to see wars, man. And this is what we're gonna show you right here on the inside of the Taliban. If I can find it one, I just had it up there, man. I think it should be underneath my history. Here we go. Let me see, can we play this one right here? See if they show it this time.
Corona Fresca is the perfect drink to add flavor to your day. All sorts of flavors.
It's something new. It ain't never did this before. Not show the video.
Afghanistan, in the midst of a humanitarian crisis, the Taliban agreed to meet Sky News in Doha and issue this stark warning.
If the US or the UK wanted to extend the 31st.
You know how to turn this thing up?
Is that off?
Turn it up. Yeah, you keep going up. We probably got about 50. Let me see how loud it is.
Of August deadline in
Yes,
order
ma'am.
to continue evacuations out of the country. Would you agree to that?
No, no.
Why not?
This is something you can say it's a red line. President Biden.
We're going to go back from the beginning. I don't know why it's not showing the video.
Days to go until the
Press is the
deadline
devil,
for
the Bible
troop
speaks, so.
withdrawal from Afghanistan in the midst of a humanitarian crisis. The Taliban agreed to meet Sky News in Doha.
So right now, I know y'all can't see the video, but this is what's going on. Sky News wanted to sit down with a couple of Taliban leaders and talk to them about the situation that was going on over there in Afghanistan. Because now America's not over there anymore. And so now the Taliban have taken full control over there in Afghanistan. And so now, somebody was able to finally get in and talk to Sky News. Well, Sky News was able to get in and talk to the leaders of Taliban over there to find out, to get a better insight on things and how they feel about things.
And issue this stark warning.
And they issued this. This is the warning that they issued.
If the US or the UK wanted to extend the 31st of August deadline in order to continue evacuations out of the country, would you agree to that?
No.
Why not?
So the lady asked him if the United States and the UK wanted to extend the August 31st deadline of allowing people to be released out of the country, they asking this leader, would he do it? And he said no. He said no, we won't. They're not negotiating anymore, man. Nobody, they don't want to talk anymore. They're done talking to America. We're gonna keep going with it.
This is something you can say it's a red line. President Biden announced this agreement until 31st of August. They would withdraw all their military forces. So if they extend it, that means they are extending occupation. While there is no need for that, I think it will deteriorate the relation, that will create mistrust between us.
So he said the reason why he won't extend the deadline because it will create a mischief between them and America. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's right, because they understand how these oppressors work. It's like if you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. That's the oppressor. That's why he said he's not going to allow them to extend that deadline. Because this is what he understands. He understands that the world is watching right now. And you have to be stern. You have to be hard. You have to make sure you let it be known that, hey, what I said is what we're going to do. And so what he's doing now is he said we're not going to extend that August 31st deadline, or allowing all of these American, allowing America to get their allies out, allowing them to get their people out. They're not going to do it. And you already know what's going to happen with this right here. What this is leading to.
If they are intent on continuing the occupation, so it will provoke a reaction.
Let's talk about the situation at the airport. People are very afraid of what life may look like under your rule. People are prepared to leave everything behind. They're prepared to risk their lives to leave the country. What would be your message to them?
First, I assure you, it is not about their worry and not about their scare. This is about they want their demand to resettle in Western countries. And that is a kind of economic migration, because Afghanistan is a poor country and 70% of the people of Afghanistan are living under the line of poverty. So everyone wants to resettle in Western countries to have a prosperous life.
Hey, you gotta give it to this Afghanistan. He what he just said was, the lady said people are terrified to live underneath your authority in Afghanistan. He said it's not that. He said everybody just wants to live a Western lifestyle. They want to be prosperous. He said even though Afghanistan is a poor country, he said a lot of people don't want to live that type of lifestyle. They want to go live a Western lifestyle. They want to live that dream that America pushes, that everything is just fine and dandy. You get to live like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and mansions and all of that. And he said that's not what's going on around here. Like, we're a poor country. He said a lot of people don't want to live like that. He said they want to live that Western lifestyle. And this is just some of it right here. We might play the rest of it just to see what he says also. But this right here is going to create even more war, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, America is at a weakening point right now. At a very weak point right now. You know what I'm saying? The Most High crushed this empire with the coronavirus, man. Crushed this empire. Brought them to their knees, man. With the coronavirus. Weakened America. And America is at a weak point right now to where all of these heathen nations see that, man. They all see it. Afghanistan is just one of the first people, you know what I'm saying, that, so far they don't got America out of their country. You can only imagine everybody else will want to start doing the same thing. All of these other countries are going to want to get America out there. Because now they see how America treats people who are their allies. You know what I'm saying? Like, America will leave you there and have you holding on to a jet for dear life trying to get away from that, man. Like America didn't even open the doors on them planes. You just seen it was raining Afghanistanians, man. That's all you seen. It's 12 about. It was raining Arabs, man. It was dropping from the skies, man, and everybody, the whole world, seen how America did their allies. And you had American troops who got mad about this situation, man. They were very angry about this situation. Who had something to say about it? They were saying that, you know, America should have went in and got their allies from over there because them people were devoted to helping America over there. So America should do the same thing. But we got news for you. America don't give a damn about nobody but themselves, man. And all of those people who went, fought, and did all these stupid things to help, you know, all those people, the Afghanistani people that was over there, that did all of those things to help America take over their country, they finna learn the hard way. They about to learn the hard way. Can we finish the rest of that scripture right quick?
Yeah.
Okay. If we could, we go back to that scripture out.
Matthew, right, sir?
Con.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
Right.
See that ye be not troubled.
Right, and don't be troubled right now, man. I know it looks scary. We know a lot of our people who are not in this truth, they're starting to get terrified, man. Especially brothers and sisters in the world who have children that are in the military. I can only imagine how scared they are, the mothers, the fathers, the wives, the husbands, you know, the brothers and the sisters that have family members who fight for America. I understand, I'd be scared too if I had a family member who was fighting inside of America's wars, and now you seeing all of this happen. Like Donald Trump, not Donald Trump, but Joe Biden just pulled them out of Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? But it's still people over there, man. You still got soldiers over there. They're not telling people that. They're not telling people that there are still soldiers over there, man, in the Middle East right now that are trying to get out of there, man. You can go ahead, up.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
And this is what we don't understand. Like, these things must come to pass, man. Everything you seeing happening on the news right now. No, I'm good. I'll wait. I got another one, too. Everything you see happening right now on the news, it has to happen, man. It has to happen in order for our king to come back, man. If we don't see these things happening, man, it means that our king isn't on his way back, man. Because what we seeing right now is biblical prophecy. You seeing it unfold right here in America, man, and it is a glorious thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be worried. Don't get scared. Just continue to come in this truth and serve the Most High, man. You can go ahead, up.
For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet. All of these things have to happen, but the end is not yet, man. All of these things have to happen, man. The wars, all the chaos that's going on, all of these things have to happen, but the end is not yet, man. Anything else on that up?
Comes up. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
So what?
For nation shall rise against nation.
And that's what we see happening right now, man. You starting to see all of these nations rise against each other, man. You starting to see the Afghanistan starting to go against America. Everybody's starting to rise up against each other, man. And that's how you know we starting to come to an end, man. That was it on it up?
And kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdom against kingdom, man. All of these kingdoms are going to go against each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Russia and China reached out to the Afghanistanians, man. They reached out to them. They reached out to them and, you know, kind of congratulated them on, you know, getting their freedom and standing up to America. So now, guess what? Afghanistan is about to have some new allies. They about to have some new allies, man. And what do you think? What do you think was gonna happen, man, if if this Taliban member, this leader, does what he says, man, on August 31st, he just say, look, we're not gonna agree with you. We're not gonna. You made a deadline. That's what we're gonna do, and that's what we're gonna stick with. August 31st is coming. He doesn't agree to extend that. You know, you're gonna start to hear more rumors of wars, man.
Right.
You're gonna hear them telling the troopers that they gotta lace up their boots. It's time for us to go back. I pray to the Most High that we have camp this week, cause we need to talk about this.
Right.
You devils, y'all should be scared. But if you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you make up one of these tribes, man. You come from the 12 tribes of Israel. Don't be scared of this situation happening, man. Don't worry, man. Come inside the Isupk, the safe haven, and learn what you have to do so you don't get caught up in these last days, man. Because it's about to get worse, man. So, like, if you could you get me Job chapter 9, verse 24?
It's the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right, and this earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, man. And the Most High is getting to that point now where he's going to remove these wicked bastards out of their position of power, man. That's what this is. That's what this is, man. It's just the Most High doing these things to get this heathen out of the chair, man. And I'm gonna share this. Let me see. Can I share this article with you? So we can show you the same thing that happened in America happened in Rome. And what people don't understand is America is a carbon copy of Rome, man. It's a carbon copy of Rome, man. That's all it is. Let me send it to you on Facebook real quick up. Alright, send it to you. I'm not sure if you got it yet. Oh, you got it? Okay, Con. Alright, Con. Now we're gonna get into some history and show you the history of Rome, man. Because America is that Roman Empire back born again in the earth, man. This is why you have politicians, you have the Senate, you have all of these different various things, because this whole society that we live in now was built just the same way in Rome, man. During the time of our king, man. During the time of Christ. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing when he was around, man. Christ was going through the same thing, man. And like I said, we're going to go in and show you. We're going to show you how Rome fell. And when you find out this, man, you're going to be able to put both of them together. And you're going to realize, man, America is the Roman Empire all over again, man. All over again. That's all it is. It's the Roman Empire all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody went and put their faith inside of Joe Biden. They believed Dirty Joe was going to make things happen. They believe he really was going to save America, man.
Right.
And it is so sad and so pathetic that our people wanted to get Donald Trump out of the chair so bad that they put this fool in the chair. You can start with that out.
This is history.com. 8 reasons why Rome fell.
8 reasons what?
Why Rome fell.
These are 8 reasons why Rome fell. And you're going to see the similarities on how Rome fell. It's going to be the same thing with America, man. You got it?
Find out why one of history's most legendary empires finally came crashing down.
Right, because Rome was a legendary empire. That thing powerful. You know, Rome was a powerful empire, man. You know, everybody was terrified of the Roman Empire because it had never been an empire like Rome before on this earth, man. Not with the politicians, not with the Senate, not with even with their military. Like nobody can step to their military. If you step to the Roman military, everybody knew that you would be crushed. And it's the same thing with the American Empire. Nobody wants to step to the American Empire.
Right.
But you're going to find out what happened in Rome and how the same thing happened in Rome is happening in America now. You got it up?
Number 1, invasions by barbarian tribes.
Right,
Barbarian tribes. I like that.
invasions by barbarian tribes. Rome got conquered by different outsiders. Different outsiders were coming inside of Rome and destroying it. You can go ahead. You can keep reading it.
The most straightforward theory for Western Rome's collapse pins the fall on a string of military losses sustained against outside forces.
Right. Their military started to fall because of outside forces. Go ahead.
Rome had tangled with Germanic tribes for centuries. But by the 300s, barbarian groups like the Goths had enroached beyond the empire's borders. The Romans weathered a Germanic uprising in the late 4th century, but in 410, the Visigoth king Alaric successfully sacked the city of Rome. The empire spent the next several decades under constant threat before the eternal city was raided again in 455.
All right, we can go to the next one.
Number 2, economic troubles and over-reliance on slave labor.
Ooh-wee. That's how America. And that's what we have now in America. America now is having economic troubles and over-reliance of slave labor. What do you hear everybody saying right now? Nobody don't want to work. Nobody don't want to work. And when they're saying nobody doesn't want to work, they're really talking about blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. Because they know that their people are not going to work. They know that already. Everybody knows that the oppressor is not going to work and doesn't want to work.
Right.
So when they say that nobody wants to work, they're talking about the slaves. They're talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And that was one of the main reasons why the Roman Empire fell, because of economic troubles and the over-reliance on slave labor. Excuse me, Salakia. Okay, come. And that's what you got going on now. And these devils is mad because the slaves don't want to work. You can get it whenever you is up.
Even as Rome was under attack from outside forces, it was also crumbling from within thanks to a severe financial crisis.
Ooh-wee. And that's what's going to help make this place fall too, man. A severe financial crisis, man. That's what we have going on right now in America. America had all of them stimulus checks getting printed, money that they didn't even have to give people, they gave away. And now, everybody's sitting back looking like, yo, how are we going to replace this money? How are we going to continue to build this economy if nobody wants to work? Everywhere you ride by, all the signs you always see, now hiring. Hell, Burger King said they hiring right now for $12. If I was in the world and wasn't where I'm at right now, I would work at Burger King. It's like it. Hello, hey, what's up? I'm in class. Let me give you a call back. All right, wait till you later. Later. All right, Sly, you go ahead up.
Constant wars and overspending had significantly lightened.
It's like you read that again a little louder from.
Constant wars and overspending had significantly lightened. emperor, oh, sorry.
Yeah, you got it.
Emperor coffers and oppressive taxation and inflation had widened the gap between rich and poor.
Ooh-wee. That sounds like America right now. That sounds just like America. America with their constant wars. You know what I'm saying? They're overspending. What they always saying, we spending more money than what we got. And they, you know what I'm saying? And their oppressive taxation, man. Like this taxation that you see right now, like you go buy a bottle of water for $1. Well, they don't put taxes on food, but if you buy something like, let's say a TV is $1,000, they're gonna charge you like $50 for taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, only thing I always hear everybody complain about is taxes. Taxes. The taxes high on this. The taxes high on that. The taxes is just too much. We can't pay the taxes. They did the same thing in Rome, man. They had an oppressive taxation thing that they were doing that they still implement today here in America, man. Right. Like you go buy a damn TV, like I said, you buy a TV for $1,000, you pay the taxes. Damn taxes is almost $100. Right. You order some food. I'm talking about, geez, your food is $22, but when you get the bill, it's $26. You're like, then what the hell is this? Like, oh, that's the taxes. Like that, the tax system is another form of oppression, man. Sheesh. You got it out.
Oppressive taxation and inflation have widened the gap between rich and poor. In the hope of avoiding the tax man, many members of the wealthy classes had even fled to the countryside and set up independent fiefdoms.
Damn. Ain't that what they do here? The rich, what do they say? We need to lower the taxes. Like the rich don't even want to pay taxes.
Right.
The rich didn't want to pay taxes back then either. Why do you think a lot of them got these houses outside of the states?
Right.
Outside of America. What's that devil name? What's the devil name that they said he had the island and he had all the young girls there? He was raping them, molesting them. What they say, he died in the jail. His last name, I don't think it was Olstein, was it? No, that's Joe. I was thinking about somebody else, but he's a child molester too, I guarantee you. Jeffrey, was it Jeffrey Weinstein?
Jeffrey Weinstein, sound about right.
He was the one that got incarcerated, but he had a whole island where he was just having orgies and child molestation happen. You go ahead.
At the same time, the empire was rocked by a labor deficit.
Damn. Damn. Salakia, I want to get the definition of some of these words because you know you want to let people know what this is talking about. Let me see, can I get that definition for y'all? All right. The word slacking. The word deficient. This is the definition of the word deficient. It says the amount by which something, especially a sum of money, is too small. So what they had was a labor deficient, meaning the laborers felt like they weren't getting paid enough money, man. Nobody wanted to work in Rome. It sounds familiar to y'all? Right. Like they didn't want to work in Rome because they felt like, hey, y'all just this isn't enough money. Like, right. I can only get a piece of bread. I need a loaf of bread. And so Rome started to crumble because of things like this. The same thing that are plaguing America right now is the same thing that led Rome to their destruction, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get another scripture for you too while we reading this also. Oh. So like you go ahead up.
Rome's economy depended on slaves to till its field and work as craftsmen.
Mm.
And its military might had traditionally provided a fresh influx of conquered peoples to put to work.
Damn. That's America. Who's in America's military? Who's predominantly in America's military? In the UK military? The same people that they had as slaves, man. The same people that they had as slaves are in their military, man. Just like Rome depended on the slaves to work, America is the same way. They depend on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, which are slaves to them, to work, man. Because if they're not working, they're not able to produce things that people need to buy. You know, you can't run a store if you don't have the merchandise to sell in the store. You know, how you going to have let's say you got a sandwich shop. You sell sandwiches. But how you going to sell sandwiches if you ain't got the meat? Or if you ain't got the bread, you ain't got the cheese? The people you depend on to bring these things, they're not doing their job anymore. Your sandwich shop is going to close. No different than America. America has been a thriving empire for hundreds of years, man, off of the backs of slave labor. And just like what happened in Rome was, the slaves got tired, man. The slaves got tired of being slaves. And during this time, our Christ, our King, man, Yahushua HaMashiach, man, he was telling our people to come out of Rome, man. No different what we do now with our people, with America. You know what I'm saying? If you could, could you get Revelations 18:4 also? I'm trying to tell you, man. The Isupk underneath Commander General Yohana, man, has prophesied this empire falling for years, man. For years. They have told blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians that America is just another branch off of the Roman Empire, man. And now the things that happened in Rome that caused them to fall is now starting to happen in America, man. You can read that from Marduk.
This is the
Babu
book
Shah.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people.
Do what?
Come out of her, my people.
And that's what we have to do as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We have to come out of this empire. And I don't mean, and when I say come out of America, when we say come out of America, you know what I'm saying? We don't mean get you a plane ticket and fly to Israel and go live in Dimona, or get you a plane ticket and go live in Alaska. We just mean separate from America, man. Don't be keeping their traditions. Don't join the military or the police force. Don't do the things America wants you to do, man. As in the sense of taking up their culture. Because, yes, we still do go by the laws of America. We don't speed. We don't, break laws here in America. But at the same time, we don't give America our love, man. We don't celebrate their pagan traditions. We don't celebrate birthdays or Christmas or all of these other things. We keep the high holy days. Any comments, anything else?
Sir.
Okay, come on. We can go back to the scripture.
And that ye be not partakers of her sins.
You be what?
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
We. You better come out of her because you don't want to be partakers of her sin. Because when this empire falls, and if you're not on the same accord as the Most High wants you to be, man, hey, that's all I can say. Send some prayers up for you. Oh, that was it on it up?
And that ye receives not of her plagues.
Right. Don't receive none of these plagues, man. You don't want to receive these plagues that America's getting, man. You see how these viruses are back? Like they just knew that they had defeated the coronavirus. Like, they just knew they had defeated. They was like, yeah, everybody's able to come back out now. We defeated. And then all of a sudden it's back. And it's with vengeance. Don't partake in America, man, and start to have to deal with her sins. You can go ahead, huh?
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Read that again.
For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Ooh, and the sins of America have reached unto the heavens, man. Like, the Most High has heard what they have done in this earth, man. Destroying the ozone layer. What's that called that they do when they take all the damn oil from the land? They take all the oil from the land. They call it something. It's something else. I can't think of it. But they take all the oil from the land. You know what I'm saying? Like, good night. You can go ahead up.
For God have remembered her iniquities.
Ooh, the Most High has remembered the sins of America, man. We know y'all like to forget. We know America likes to forget. You know, oh yeah, slavery's in the past. We should just let it be. You gotta move on. You can't live in the past. That's what they told us. But the Most High said, what did the Most High say?
And Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities.
The Most High has remembered her sins, man. The Most High has remembered how these oppressors would take us and hang us from a tree, man.
Right.
The Most High has remembered how they did Tamir Rice. What's the young brother that got his face poured on better acid? I got his name in my head. Where they beat the young brother, man. His mother left the casket open. I can't think of his name right now. Damn, I can't think of his name right now. The same one that it came out that the Edomite lady had been lying for all the years.
Oh, dang, I know what you're talking about.
I keep wanting to say Tamir Rice because they look just alike. It's bad I can't think of his name right now. Emmett Till.
Yeah.
The Most High remembered what happened to Emmett Till and how horribly he lost his life, man. The Most High remembered it. The Most High remembers all of these things that these heathens have done to us, man. That was it on it up? Okay, come. We can go back to the rise and fall of the Roman Empire.
But when expansion ground to a halt in a 2nd century, Rome's supply of slaves and other war treasures began to dry up.
Ooh-wee. So in the Roman Empire, there's slaves and all the stuff that they had got from different nations by conquering them and everything, it all started to dry up. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people felt like they was giving the slaves too much in the land of Rome. No different than what we have today. You have oppressors who hate the fact that these so-called black folks living better. You know, got they self-situated, man. Doing some type of better, man. You can go ahead, up.
A further blow came in the 5th century when the Vandals claimed North Africa and began disrupting the empire's trade by prowling the Mediterranean as pirates.
Damn. I mean, when them mugs were trying to go back to Rome with goods, yo, they caught them at the Mediterranean and took everything. Pulling real licks. So they were doing. Go ahead.
While with its economy faltering and its commercial and agricultural production in decline, the empire began to lose its grip on Europe.
They began to lose their grip on Europe, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you see now, man, happening here in America. You know what I'm saying? It says when its economy faltering in its commercial, sheesh. All these things that they took for granted. When those slaves stopped being slaves and started getting away, this empire started falling, man. You go to the next one.
Number 3, the rise of the Eastern Empire. The fate of Western Rome was partially sealed in the late 3rd century when the emperor Diocletian divided the empire into 2 halves. The Western Empire seated in the city of Milan, and the Eastern Empire in Byzantium, later known as Constantinople. Probably butchered that slightly.
I can't even say it.
The division made the empire more easily governable in the short term, but over time the 2 halves drifted apart. East and West failed to adequately work together to combat outside threats. And the 2 often squabbled over resources and military aid.
Right. They were fighting over these different things, man. And this was something else that helped their empire fall. And we see that happening now with the Republicans, who cannot stand Dirty Joe. Like, they hate Joe Biden with a passion. Like, I believe if they could get their hands on Joe Biden, they would hang him. Like, these oppressors would hang one of their own if they can get their hands on Joe Biden. Sheesh. You can go ahead, up.
As the Gulf widened, the largely Greek-speaking Eastern Europe empire grew in wealth, while the Latin-speaking Western descended into economic crisis.
Right, and we know where everybody was at. This is during the time where black men that were in Rome had started to begin to get power, man. Like, because not America, but the Rome had divided their country. Go ahead.
Most importantly, the strength of the Eastern Empire served to divert barbarian invasions to the west.
Damn. You gotta understand, the Eastern Empire was ran by black people. So you can imagine they probably got along with these other nations. Go ahead.
Emperors like Constantine ensured that the city of Constantinople was fortified and well guarded, but Italy and the city of Rome, which only had symbolic value for many in the East,
that was it on that one.
were left vulnerably. The Western political structure would finally disintegrate in the 5th century. But the Eastern Empire endured in some form for another 1,000 years before being overwhelmed by the Ottoman Empire in the 1400s.
Right, the Ottoman Empire was a bunch of so-called Middle Easterns all over again. They got conquered by the so-called Taliban back then. I'm just being sarcastic. The Ottoman Empire were not Talibans. Just being sarcastic. You can go to the next one, huh?
Number 4. Overexpansion and military overspending.
This was another reason why the Roman Empire fell. Go ahead.
At its height, the Roman Empire stretched from the Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Euphrates River in the Middle East.
Right. Drink a lot of water in it.
Right.
Go ahead, you got it.
But its grandeur may have also been its downfall.
Damn. You know what the word grandeur means? The word grandeur means, everybody out there, it means pretty much like splendor and impressiveness. So everybody, sheesh, so everybody, I'm trying to get back to where you was at,
Number 4.
Okay, Con. You can go ahead.
With such a vast territory to govern, the empire faced an administrative and logistical nightmare. Even with their excellent road systems, the Romans were unable to communicate quickly or effectively enough to manage their holdings. Rome struggled to marshal enough troops and resources to defend its frontiers from local rebellions and outside attacks.
Right.
And by the 2nd century, Emperor Hadrian was forced to build his famous wall in Britain just to keep the enemy at bay.
He wanted to do what? Build his what?
Build his famous wall.
He wanted to build what?
His famous wall.
So this stupid bastard also wanted to build his famous wall to do what?
To keep enemy at bay.
Right, that's what they said, but who knows? They probably had, I guarantee they had some so like, go ahead, you got it.
As more and more funds were funneled into the military upkeep of the empire, technological advancements slowed and Rome's civil infrastructure fell into disrepair.
Oh, that was it. So, you had any comments?
So we did have a comment on time. Let me see.
From who?
I think this was some previous comments.
Okay, Con, you got it.
Pertaining to this article, I believe. Sister Olivia Arnold said, "I don't feel like our people." I don't feel like our people don't want to work. How can we work when they replace us for robots?
You got a comment, and it's that too. The robots are kind of like a replacement. You know what I'm saying? Like they are putting robots in positions, but you're gonna have to still have somebody to work the damn robot. Mm-hmm. The robot can only do so much, but they can't produce any robots if they don't have anybody working. Right. It's like, how you gonna get the robots built if nobody's working? They don't have the best relationship with China right now, so it's like they are truly dependent on Israelite bodies to be there at these jobs, man. That's why so many of these jobs are hiring, man. Go ahead, you got it.
And then, Sister Barbara was just confirming in the tail. Number 5, government corruption and political instability.
Ooh, what you said it again?
I said government corruption and political instability.
Ooh, let me see. Can I find that video? But they won't even show it though. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know why they're not showing this video. I'm not sure why it's not showing our videos anymore. The press is the devil. That's all I know. It's not gonna show it, but I was gonna show a video of these Republicans wanting to kill Joe Biden, man. Can you read that again from the top up? Which one is this one again?
Number 5, government corruption and political instability.
Right, political instability, man. That's what you have now. You have so much government corruption that it's starting to be exposed more and more, man. Like, you just starting to see all the corruption going on. This person doing that person doing this person robbing this person. They taking the money. It's like people are starting not to trust this empire day by day. You can go ahead up.
If Rome's sheer size made it difficult to govern, ineffective and inconsistent leadership only served to magnify the problem. Being the Roman Empire had always been a particularly dangerous job.
It had been a what?
A particularly dangerous job.
It was a dangerous job, man, to be over there in the Roman Empire, man. Let me see, can I get to my phone? It's messing up a little bit. Can you read that a little more? You go back up and read it a little more up?
If Rome's sheer size made it difficult to govern, ineffective and inconsistent leadership only served to magnify the problem.
Go ahead.
Being the Roman Empire had always been a particularly dangerous job. But during the tumultuous 2nd and 3rd centuries, it nearly became a death sentence.
Damn. They said it became a death sentence. Sheesh. It says, being the Roman Emperor had became a death sentence. Go ahead.
Civil war thrust the empire into chaos, and more than 20 men took the throne in a span of only 75 years.
Damn, 20 men in 75 years. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. It said 75 men in 20 years? 20 men in 75 years.
20 men in 75 years.
Okay, Con, you can go ahead.
Usually after the murder of their
Predecessor,
the Praetorian Guard, the emperor's personal bodyguards assassinated and installed new sovereigns at will, and once even auctioned the spot off to the highest bidder. The political rot also extended the Roman Senate, which failed to temper the excesses of the emperors due to its own widespread corruption and incompetence. As the situation worsened, civil pride warned, and many Roman citizens lost trust in their leadership.
Damn. That's America, man. That's the coming of America. Can you skip down and go to 7 up?
Number 7.
This is the reason why America fell. Number 7, go ahead.
Number 7, Christianity and the loss of traditional values.
Right, and calling somebody a Christian was something that the Romans started calling us back then. You know, we never called ourselves Christians. That's why when you read the Old Testament, you don't hear nothing about nobody being called Christians, man. We only got called Christians when we came into the Roman Empire because we were followers of Christ. And that's what they started calling us. It's like, you got that?
The decline of Rome
dovetailed
with the spread of Christianity, and some have argued that the rise of a new faith helped contribute to the empire's fall.
Damn. And that's what's going on right now. The Most High is rising up the Isupk underneath Commander General Yohana, man. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to that point now, man, where you can just tell that this place is going to fall, and it's because of how blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians are waking up, man. That's why, man, it is so important to continue to push these videos out, man. Continue to stay in the class. Continue to do this work that we were commanded to do, man. Because even, you know, all of this is beneficial for somebody, man. You know, this is how us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, helped this empire to fall. You know what I'm saying? It's no different now, man. We started going back and serving the Most High, and the Roman Empire failed.
Right.
Cause they wasn't keeping, you know what I'm saying, Roman traditions anymore. Everybody had started to go back and serve the Most High. So we had stopped keeping their traditions. We had stopped doing the things that they told us was right to do. And it helped crumble their empire also. That goes to show you that, you know, we as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if we all came together, man, and just started back to serve the Most High,
Right.
this empire would fall like, we wouldn't even have to go through most of these things. It'd just fall. Because we wouldn't be serving them.
Right.
We wouldn't be keeping none of their traditions and their holidays. We damn sure wouldn't be doing this stupid crate challenge right now. Damn. God, you had any comments up?
No.
It's like it.
The indict of Milan's legalized Christianity in 313,
Right.
and it later became the state religion in 380.
Damn. Like, following Christ was so powerful that the Romans decided to make it a state law. Sheesh. Anything else up?
These decrees ended centuries of persecution, but they may have also eroded the traditional Roman value system. Christianity that displaced polytheistic Roman religion, which viewed the emperor as having a divine status, and also shifted focus away from the glory of the state and onto a sole deity.
Damn, that sounds like, ain't that what we do here in the UPK? We don't put our love and our trust in the man. We put it inside the Most High. And that's what our people were doing. And it helped destroy the Roman Empire back then.
Right.
That's why they put it inside of these articles for you to print and get to learn about this history and learn that when the Israelites, who were black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, started to come back and serve the Most High, he allowed the Roman Empire to fall, man. That's what he allowed to happen. Now you got everybody who just they don't want to come out of America, man. They don't want to stop doing these things that America tells you that's right to do. They just want to, you know, we want to go party, we want to go dress like sluts and whores and have a good time. We want to be homosexuals. We want to abort our babies. We want to do these various things. But the Most High is not with that, man. You can go ahead, huh?
Meanwhile, popes and other church leaders took an increased role in political affairs.
They did what?
Took an increased role in political affairs.
Right, and don't think that Pope isn't sitting back plotting. You know what I'm saying? He does the same thing. Like, why do you think a lot of people who are in power always go talk to him? Sheesh. That was it on it up? Okay, Con, you got it.
Meanwhile, popes and other church leaders took an increase in role in political affairs, further complicating governance. The 18th century historian Edward Gibbon was the most famous prominent of this theory, but his take has since been widely criticized.
Damn. It's like I had lost the article for a minute. If you could you get me select? Salaki. I forgot what scripture it was I just had. Can you get me Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12?
Say 10, 12.
2 and 12.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that builded a town with blood.
Right, destruction to him that built a town on blood. And it's so heavy because this is what happened to Esau during the time of the Roman Empire. Sheesh. Anything else on that?
Woe to him that builded a town with blood and establisheth the city a city by iniquity.
You got it out.
Verse 13. Behold, it is not the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity.
Right. Salaki. You got any comments, anything up?
Oh, sorry.
Got that scripture. If you could you get me Isaiah chapter 14, verse 9.
The book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved from thee to meet thee at thy coming, it stirreth.
Right. So now these oppressors are starting to feel hell, man. Even these rich oppressors, they don't know what to do anymore, man. It's no different than how it was in Rome, man. The same things that happened in Rome are happening now. You got it out.
Even all the chief ones of the earth, and hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Damn. Sheesh. Man, that's crazy, man. And so like that was the end of the 14 now.
14.
Can you read that again? 14 and 9.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right.
It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Right. And this hell is starting to meet America. And guess what else has happened, man? All of these nations, man, are starting to be raised up from their thrones, man. They had to get on their feet because they know a war is coming, man. A war is coming. Just like what happened in Rome, that war is coming here in America, man. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. It's going to be like day by day, they're going to see themselves getting pushed more and more and more into having to fight wars and do all of these various things to survive.
Right.
You can go ahead. You keep going up.
Verse 10. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
They're going to say what?
Art thou also become weak as we?
Right. Because when America falls, everybody's going to see them and they're going to say, hey, you come weak like us now? Oh, look at you. Now you know how we feel. Now you know. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Yeah, that was it on that one. Salaki. Can we finish up the rest of that little article?
Further complicating governs the 18th century historian Edward Gibbon. Let's see here. While the spread of Christianity may have played a small role in curbing Roman civic virtue,
Right, they say small role. Yeah, they know that helped push more diversity between blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians and the Caucasian race. You got it. I'll go ahead.
most scholars now argue that its influence paled in comparison to military, economic, and administrative factors.
Right. You know what that is today. That's the same system now, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything else on that?
I think that was it, sir.
Okay, that was it on that. You can get Proverbs 9 to 15.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 15. To call passengers who go right on their ways.
No, 9:15.
Proverbs.
Oh, Psalm, Salaki. Psalms 9 to 15. Salaki.
With the book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made.
Damn. That's what's going on with America right now. America made this mess. They made things the way that they are. Who do we go to war with? Ourselves? No, that's not what's happening, man. These heathens, man, they have caused so much commotion that the Most High has allowed them to go at war with each other, man. You go ahead, you keep reading. Oh, you have the comments?
Sir.
Okay, kind of slide.
Pit that they made in the net which they hid is their own foot taken.
Yeah. Read it again now.
The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, and the net which they hid is their own foot taken.
Damn. All right, Con, can you go to, you read the whole thing of 15? You can go to 16.
Verse 16, the Lord is known by the judgment which is executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands.
Damn. Now you got it, go ahead.
Higahayan Salah.
Damn. That was it on 16 too? You can read 16 to keep going through 17.
The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his hands.
Right.
Haganah Salah. The wicked shall be turned into hell in all the nations that forgot God.
Sheesh. Go ahead.
For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. 19. Arise, O Lord. Let the man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight.
Damn. The Most High set it up, man. Set up rulership. All right, anything else on that one?
Verse 20. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men.
Damn. Oh man, slacking. Slacking. Give me a couple more verses. You know what I'm saying? As much more as this continues to happen, man, we need these things to happen, man. Salaki. What time is it? 40. Let me get Proverbs. Damn, Salaki. I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish it up, bro. I'm trying to keep it steady. All right, y'all, Salaki, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up. You know, today is Monday. It is today. You know, General Yohana is gonna go live with Black Watch. You need to tune in and watch it, man. You need to tune in and watch it and learn from a righteous man. All right, with that, I'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Mardaki.
Olivia Arnold had asked, who do we pay tithes to? Any officers have Cash App? So it says you can definitely go to ISUBK.com, pay the cash through pay your tithes through PayPal.
Yep.
They do have a Zelle account.
Yep.
And I'm not certain which area you are in. Of course, you can reach out to your camp leader. Most of the camp leaders, they have a Cash App or Zelle set up as well too.
Damn right, sis. And that's a righteous thing to do, sis. Pay your tithes, sis. That is very righteous.
Shoot. ISUBK security announcements. We got an ISUBK. Star 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, a brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can read about this in Numbers chapter 18, verses 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in a Hebrew or ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the church department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. We have memorial of blowing of the trumpets. It's the first day of the 7th month. This falls on Monday, 6th of September 2021. You can read about this in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. Remind occupant Akbar to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, shalom.